Welcome to our exploration of the EVALl command in shell scripting. So this powerful tool allows us to dynamically execute commands at runtime. We'll delve into its syntax, practical use cases, and potential pitfalls. By the end of this presentation, you will have solid grasp of how to leverage EVALl effectively in your scripts. What is the EVALl command? The EVALl command is used to execute the arguments as a shell commands. It is a syntax is simple. EVALl followed by the arguments you want to evaluate. Why EVALl is important? EVALl is important because it enables dynamic command execution. This means you can construct and execute commands at runtime, providing flexibility and power in your scripting. How EVALl works? EVALl works by evaluating its arguments twice, which allows us to construct commands dynamically. This makes it possible to execute complex commands that are built at runtime. Basic usage of example. Here is a basic example. We store command in a variable and use EVALl to execute it. This will list the files in the current directory in a detailed format. Examples of EVALl. The EVALl command is a powerful tool for dynamic command execution in shell scripting. By understanding its strengths and limitations, you can effectively incorporate EVALl into your scripts while maintaining security and maintainability. Let us see few examples of use cases of EVALl in shell scripting. EVALl. The EVALl command in shell scripting is used to evaluate and execute arguments as a shell command. It can be particularly useful when you need to construct a command dynamically and then execute it. Let us see the few examples of EVALl. The first example of basic uses. For that one, I'm going to create the file called example underscore one.sh. The purpose of script, basic uses. Here I'm writing the code cmd equal to one variable I'm creating, echo hello world. Then I'm going to call this $cmd. Basically, the script assigns a command to a variable and uses EVALl to execute the command. The output would be hello world. Let's try to run it. Sh example underscore one.sh. It has given the output of hello world. Let's move into another example of constructing the commands. Vi example 2.sh. Purpose constructing commands. I'm going to call the variable. I'm going to create the one variable part1 equal to. I'm going to pass the ls command. Again part2 equal to -l. Next EVALl going to call the commands of part1 to part to part 2. So here the two parts of a command which are combined using EVALl to execute ls-l. What it does, the script, so it gives the list of the current files in our current directory. Let's try to run it. example2.sh. So it has given the result of what are the files and directory which are exist in our current directory that was shown. Let's move into another examples of using variables. example3.sh. using variables. I'm going to create the var one variable. I'm going to call the path EVALl echo backslash dollar var. So the reason I have which I given for the $, because of we need to bypass this string, bypass the character, special character. So basically there are two types characters. So one is special character and second one is literal characters. So special characters always like special meaning. That means which is used to control the behavior of the scripts. Some of the examples of $sign, it is used to reference the variable. Asterisk, it is used to wildcard to match any number of characters. Question mark, it is used to wildcard to match in a single character. Backslash, it is used to an escape character. Like the double quotes, single quotes, backtracks, so ampersand. So these are the special characters which has special meaning. Okay. Next one is literal characters. So little characters are treated exactly as they appear. There is no special interpretation or processing. When you want to a special character to be treated as a little character, you need to escape it or use quotes. Here what we have given here, you can use the backslash to escape a special character and treat as little character. $var. This uses the backslash dollar to escape the dollar. So the dollar backslash dollar becomes a little $sign followed by var, making it $var. This $var difference the value of var, which is the path. Therefore $var becomes path. $var essentially translates to path since var holds the value path. So first let's run this command example3.sh. It has given the result of path. Now we would like to remove the backslash dollar. So this is special character we have provided, so that is a reason it should not show anything, because we have not bypassed, that means we have not used the we have not bypassed the special character. That is a reason. So we wanted to make it as a little character. So for that we have used backslash to escape the special character. So backslash dollar. Then it gives the path, right? So normally if you give the path also, it has provided. So we used EVALl to distinguish the special character and little character, how it is. Let's move to another example of dynamic command execution. Example 4.sh. Purpose dynamic execution. Command execution. I'm writing the code called cmd one variable. I'm going to pass the dynamic variable. Date is a dynamic variable, and the from using EVALl, I'm going to call the cmd, that is one command. So in this script, the date command is stored in a variable and execute using EVALl to display the current date and time. Let's try to run it. ss example 4.sh, it was given. ss example 4.sh. So it is dynamically works. Next, let us see another example of looping with EVALl. Example 5.sh. Purpose looping with EVALl. Write in the code here for I in 1, 2, 3. Do cmd one command. We are passing the echo number $i using EVALl to call this cmd. Done. So this loop constructs and executes a command dynamically for each iteration. Using EVALl, it prints the number 1, number 2 and number 3. Let's try to run this. This is example 5.sh. Fine. Next, let's move to another examples of executing allies. Example 6.sh. Purpose executing aliases. Alias L equal to, going to pass the command called ls-la. This means it should show the hidden file also. So what we are going to evaluate, when you pass the ll, it should show the information of ls-la. So ls is defined in the script to be executed EVALl, and the ls is ll for ls-la is evaluated and executed. Let's close it, just run it. Example.6.sh. Syntax error, line number 5, and this is double quote actually, so it should be single quote, right? So when you issue the ll using EVALl, it should show, it has shown the ls-la. That means it includes the hidden files also. Next, moving to another example of multiple commands. Example 7.sh. Purpose multiple commands. Commands equal to one variable I taken, echo first, echo second. Using EVALl, calling the commands. EVAL can execute the multiple commands separated by semicolon. The script prints the first followed by second. Example 7.sh, the first and second. Next, we'll move into another examples of commands substitution. Example 8.sh, cm purpose command substitution. cmd equal to one command we are going to pass ls result equal to dollar eval $cmd. We are passing evaluate that echo files dollar result result result, right? So using command substitution, EVAL execute the ls and the output capture any variable and printed. Let's run it. Right? Files example 1, example 2 like this. Next, move into another example of function calls. Example main.sh purpose function calls. Going to write the code here. Function start bracket name echo function called, close the semicolon, close the open and close brackets, command equal to assign the function eval.cmt. The functions can be called dynamically using EVAL. So this script defines a function and calls it using EVAL. Let's run it. Example main.sh. So the output would be function called. So this is how we can use the EVAL command to execute these kind of functions. Thank you.